It's time for Spotlight on Florida. Headlines, events, and interviews with tourism leaders. And now, here are your hosts, Joel Silver and Kenzie Krieger.
Spotlight on Florida is on the road. We are at the RV Park and Campground Association Annual Convention and Expo at the Rosen Shingle Hotel in Orlando. Joel Silver and Kenzie Krieger here, and we are fired up.
Yeah, it's exciting. There are so many people that own multiple big RV parks, campgrounds, and it's really interesting learning about tourism and how many people come to Florida to go to these RV parks and campgrounds, right?
We all know there's great attractions in Florida and great hotels and restaurants, but you might not know about how popular camping is, and that's what we're learning about here. This is unbelievable. And we're at the beginning of the meeting season in Florida, and this is when the big groups in tourism all meet around the state. Spotlight on Florida is going to be on the road at all of those meetings, keeping you up to date with what's going on in our industry, because this is going to be a big year for tourism.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, especially with the RVs. We've seen so many awesome things, and if you're into camping or glamping, because they have some high-end ones that they offer, there's something for everybody. But we're having a blast here. We're going to go ahead and get into some headlines.
Let's take a look at what else is happening around the state.
Martin County is launching a new program to support local tourism businesses, offering marketing packages worth about $5,000 to help boost visibility and attract more visitors. The World Equestrian Center in Ocala is expanding, adding 11 new outdoor fields along with new seating and amenities to support growing youth sports and events. A surge in tax refunds could boost travel in 2026, with an estimated $5 billion expected to go towards trips and vacations across the country. And it's Tourism Week, and I spoke with the Paradise Coast over in Naples, Marco Island, and the Everglades, and they are doing a lot of fun things for tourism leaders, just celebrating how important tourism is for Florida, especially the Paradise Coast, because they rely heavily on that. So I spoke with Sandra Rios from Paradise Coast, and let's take a look at that interview.
Our Board of County Collier Commissioners has issued a proclamation naming May 3rd through 9th as National Tourism Week here in Collier County. And that really is an opportunity for us to thank and recognize all our hospitality workers across the destination. So that's really exciting. And tourism is actually one of our main industries. It employs over 28,000 people, and last year it brought over $4 billion in economic impact to our destination. So that really underscores the importance of tourism in our industry. It's real important for us in the Convention and Visitors Bureau is we love working with all our partners, but a big part of our job too is, pushing out the marketing and the promotions that help keep the restaurants busy, help keep the hotels full in the slower seasons, especially as we move into summer.
Thank you so much. And it's so much fun to talk about all the different things happening in Naples, Marco Island, Paradise Coast overall. So we appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you too. Look forward to our next chat.
All right, and we are still here in the Expo, RV Park and Campground Association. They call this the Outdoor Hospitality Convention and Expo, and that's what it's all about. Hospitality, outdoors, and everybody's out and camping. We've learned so much here and met a ton of great people. Take a look at some of the highlights.
Hi folks, my name is Vinny Essen, and I'm excited to be here at the conference to rub shoulders with other RV owners and learn from them.
Happy anniversary, happy 60th. Love the convention, lots of great information every year.
All right, big thank you to Bobby Cornwell, the president and CEO of the RV Park Campground Association, for having us here. Hey, a great board of directors, great members, and we're going to do a lot with camping in the future because this is awesome.
Yeah, it's been a blast. And speaking of May beginning, wellness is always an important thing. And as you know, we just launched a new wellness segment. Tia Crystal, she is a wellness expert talking about ways that we can take care of ourselves. So let's take a look at that interview.
Hello and welcome. I am Tia Crystal and this is Tea Time with Tia. And today I am at the beautiful Et Hotel having a delicious, yummy tea. I invite you to go and also make yourself a beautiful cup of tea because we're going to discuss the question of how do you want to feel? In a world where we have uncertainties, we have one certainty. We can change how we hear, see, think, and feel in our emotions, even if it's for 5 minutes every day. Do you know that taking 5 minutes out of overthinking, out of worry, and bringing yourself back into feeling safe and calm, secure and peaceful really allows you the gift every day of life. We're forever running, forever doing, and actually we're forever thinking, but we hardly ever stop. So in this moment, right now, with me over a cup of tea, I want you to ask yourself the question, how do I want to feel? Maybe if you feel like you want to get a piece of paper and a pen, that's a good idea too. And jot that down. How do I want to feel? And how do I really feel? And are they matching? Are they in balance? Because our world is created when we are in balance. So if you're feeling angry, you can write that down. If you're feeling frustrated, write that down. If you're feeling overwhelmed, sad, write that down. If you're feeling joyful, write that down. And just become the observer of what you are feeling. If you are feeling angry, close your eyes for a moment. Feel the feeling. Ability to change that into feeling peaceful, calm, centered. Telling your mind and your brain and letting it rest into your heart that you have the ability to change everything and anything. It all relies on you and the power within you to rise up a stronger emotion, a more powerful way of thinking that nourishes you and brings you the joy you deserve. Because of course there's always going to be stress. And we are going to get at times angry, worried, overwhelmed. But there's a trick when that happens to say to yourself, this is an interesting feeling I'm having right now. And even though I'm feeling it, I have the ability to change it if I choose. So I'm going to leave you with that thought. And maybe you can reach out and let me know some of the answers to the questions I just asked you. You can find me on Tia at tiacrystal.com. That's TIA at TIAcrystal.com. And I I'm going to carry on having my delicious cup of tea until I see you again next month. Chin chin. Bye for now.
All right, a big thanks, Tia. Now remember, every month here on Spotlight on Florida, the first week of the month, we are going to have a wellness segment with Tia. It's so important, and there's so much going on, and with wellness, both in the industry, for you, for employees, and also for guests. So be sure you tune in every single week, and we'll have it on social media as well. All right, now, one thing I'm really excited about, something we can all be excited about, is Mother's Day is here. So fired up about Mother's Day. We had an interview about one of the big events for Mother's Day. Let's take a look. It is Mother's Day time in the state of Florida. And if you're wondering what to do with your mother, you might want to consider a Florida farm. And there's nobody better to talk to than the person right next to me. Check this out. Please welcome Rose Murray. She is from Blue Sky Farm in beautiful Monticello, Florida. Rose, welcome to Spotlight on Florida, and let's talk Mother's Day. What do you got?
Well, Mother's Day weekend, this is going to be our fourth, I'll call it the fourth annual Mother's Day workshop. Last year, we had to double our workshops and do both Saturday and Sunday. It's flower learning. We harvest. I teach how to extend the vase life of the flowers, and everybody makes a bouquet. They get a little lesson in that. It's a lot of fun. And again, this is the fourth year in a row that we're doing it.
Rose, listen, everyone's always looking for something special to do on Mother's Day. It's a huge, huge holiday for a very important person. But what people may not normally think about is to take their mother to a farm. And, this is one example here in Madison, where you are. So in North Florida, there's lots of cool things to do, right, on a farm?
Yeah, and my favorite situation in Mother's Day is when we get a grandma, a mom, and a grandchild. We get three generations of women who will come out and play in the flower fields together. Of course, we have women of all types come out, and it is not limited to moms. It is open. But it's a lot of fun, definitely. And they learn.
What a cool idea. I mean, there's so much to do in this state, but the farm world is really taking off in terms of tourism and just activities. Now, you are specifically a member of a group of farms. It's the Florida Agritourism Association. So it's all about tourism with agriculture and farms. So really, you're doing something, but the group that you're a part of really is all over the state. There's things going on everywhere, right?
Oh, absolutely. And it really just depends on the farm and what it's growing is when its season is. So spring, you get a lot of flowers. Fall, you get a lot of pumpkins. But another thing I'll mention about Mother's Day weekend is the North Florida and South Georgia. We have the Spring Harvest Tour, which has got 24 farms participating in it across North Florida and South Georgia, with all kinds of different you-pick options and different types of, so it's going on because it's Mother's Day, but it's also going on because we have this big farm tour. And they do a big farm tour in the fall as well, which gets around 40 farms. But so it doesn't have to be flowers. There's a lot to do in the ag world this weekend. This is so cool. This is amazing. Now we're going to put on the screen the list that I mentioned from the Florida Agritourism Association of some farms around the state. So wherever you are in Florida, wherever you're going, you can see this. But Rose, explain to me the fascination now and the love of farms. This is just growing in popularity. Well, I think one of the things that happened, for instance, my mother's generation is when the grocery store was introduced and people were not growing their own food anymore. And now there's a real push to get back to your roots and getting to know where your food comes on. So visiting a farm, harvesting your own fruits and vegetables, seeing where how goats are sheared, or I'm sorry, sheep are sheared, or whatever it is. It's entertaining. It gets people outdoors and in a position to learn things that they've been disconnected from. I mean, some young children think an onion is something that appears in a bin, right? They've never been onion picking. They've never grown an onion. So getting to know your food and where it comes from, I think, is actually a trend that's been underway. It's cycling back. So my mother's generation was introduced to the grocery store. If you grew your own food, you were considered not to be successful in life, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
That's
and
really
now
cool.
some people, all they know is the grocery store.
Of course. Well, yes, in the cities. But there, and yeah, I will tell you this, if you don't know this, folks, usually there is a farm within driving distance to you on one of the sides. Even if you're in a big city, there's something close. We're going to do more on the fascination and the love of farms now, because it's a huge part of tourism that you need to know about. And also, if you're in the industry in tourism, you may want to partner up with a Florida farm, because you can have your residents, your guests, your whatever, working with the farm, going to the farm, and you work with the farm in some sort of a combination there, and it's a pretty cool thing. But Rose,
And Joel,
yes.
with over 400, we have over 400 member farms in Florida. So, and there
Wow.
is a farm in every area of the state that
It's incredible.
participates in agritourism.
It's absolutely incredible. So, Rose, before we let you go, I want to take it full circle now back to Blue Sky Farm, which is incredible. I've seen pictures. I know all about it, but tell me what you're doing there and what's on the farm and what kind of things happen.
So this farm started as a you-pick blueberry farm with 350 blueberry bushes. When we acquired the farm, we kept the name and we kept the clientele, but I added cut flowers. That extends my season. So I have flowers January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, even into December, I have certain kinds of flowers. So it really extended my season. I went from a 2-month operation with agritourism to 12-month operation. I'm the only blueberry farm that also has peacocks.
Oh, okay.
Little kids love to come see the peacocks. It is their season. It is their high season during flower and blueberry season. They are showing off the feathers. They are strutting around. They're eating out of people's hands. They're actually a big sight to see. And I even put peacock feathers into bouquets.
Oh, that's so awesome. Okay. See, now I got to get out there. We got to do a in-person visit with Spotlight on Florida to your farm and check that out.
Love to see you and your daughter.
Yes, bring my daughter. I got to bring my little girl. Rose Murray, thank you for the update. Listen, if you're looking for something to do with mom, remember a Florida farm. If you're in North Florida, Blue Sky Farm. Check them out online and go visit. And if you don't do it on Mother's Day weekend, do it some other weekend, because there's always some fun on Florida farms. Okay, Rose, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Joel.
All right, we'll see you soon. Spotlight on Florida continues with more.
Well, lots of things happening for Mother's Day, and if you haven't thought about gifts or spoiling your mom, there are some ideas, but it's such a fun time. I love Mother's Day.
Yeah, I don't think I'll see my mother on this Mother's Day, but hey, I'll call her.
Treat her to a spa day or something.
Right. A call is just as good.
But we've had such a fun time in Orlando and seeing all the people with their RVs and campgrounds. It's been so much fun. So I think that's it for today.
Yeah, if you want more information on the RV Park Campground Association, be sure you look them up, follow them on their social media. They got lots of cool stuff happening all the time. And stay with us, Spotlight on Florida, spring, summer. We're going to be here at different kinds of things. Next week, we have a real exciting show. We're going to be at Aquatica at SeaWorld Orlando. It is an amazing place. We're going to go check out and see, because they've got a big announcement coming up.
Yes, and make sure to follow us on social media, Spotlight on Florida. We're always posting fun things, and if there's a story you think we should do in Florida, let us know. But that's it for today. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching Spotlight on Florida. Make sure and follow us on all our social media channels. This is your announcer, John Summer, speaking. Have a great day, Florida.